Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome to Bertina's Spiritual Sanctuary. I'm your host, Bertina, and I'm excited to have you join me today as we dive into the powerful world of the divine feminine archetypes. In today's episode, we'll explore the three timeless archetypes that have guided and inspired women for centuries: the Maiden, the Mother, and the Crone. These archetypes are more than just symbols. They represent the phases of a woman's life and her spiritual evolution. They guide us to embrace our inner power, our inner wisdom, and our creativity at every stage of life. Whether you're in a season of new beginnings, a season of nurturing, or a season of reflection, there's something for everyone in today's discussion. So grab your favorite cup of tea, light a candle, and let's explore the sacred journey of the divine feminine. Let's start by diving deeper into what archetypes truly are. The term archetype originates from the Greek word arche, meaning original, and typos, meaning pattern or model. Archetypes are universal, recurring symbols of themes that exist in myths, stories, and cultures across the world. The concept of archetypes gained prominence thanks to the work of Carl Jung. He was a renowned Swiss psychologist that proposed that archetypes are part of our collective unconsciousness. Now, what that means is the collective unconsciousness is a shared reservoir of memories and experiences that we've inherited from humanity's past. These archetypes shape the way we think, the way we feel, and the way we act, often influencing us in ways that we don't even consciously realize. When we think of archetypes, we might picture characters like the hero, the wise old man, or the nurturing mother. They represent roles, energies, and themes that resonate deeply within us, regardless of our culture, regardless of our upbringing. But the maiden, the mother, and the crone are three archetypes specifically tied to the divine feminine tradition. They are often called the triple goddess, and they represent three major phases of women's life. The first one is the maiden. She embodies the youth, the innocence, and the potential of new beginnings. Think back to when you were a maiden. The mother represents creation, nurturing, and abundance. The mother isn't always a mother of children, it's creation of things around us, nurturing of those around us, and the abundance. It can be fertility of the earth, fertility of the arts, and it can be fertility with a child. Are you in this phase right now? And then the crone. They symbolize wisdom, transformation, and endings that lead to new beginnings. Many times she is recognized as the older woman. But what's important to remember in these archetypes, they're not strictly chronological. While they do align with the natural stages of life, youth, maturity, and elderhood, they're also cyclical, and can be accessed at any time. For example, someone in their later years can channel the maiden's energy when embarking on a fresh start, just as a young person might embody the crone's wisdom in a challenging situation. Here's a better way to understand these archetypes. Think of them as mirrors reflecting different aspects of your own inner world. They provide insights into your strengths, into your challenges, and growth opportunities. By working with these archetypes, we can navigate life with more intention, drawing on the energy and guidance that we need for each moment. The cyclical nature of these archetypes mirrors the cycles of nature, the seasons, the phases of the moon, and the ebb and flow of life itself. Just as nature moves from spring to summer, to autumn and winter, so too do we cycle through the phases of discovery, creation, and reflection. The beauty of these archetypes is that they aren't limited to gender, age, or circumstances. They're universal and they exist within each person. They offer profound wisdom when you really take the time to explore them. Whether you feel called to the maiden's curiosity, the mother's nurturing embrace, or the crone's deep wisdom, these archetypes can guide you on your spiritual journey. So, as we move into the next section, I encourage you to think about your connection to these archetypes. Take out your journal for a moment and write about how you felt the maiden spark of excitement for a new adventure. Have you experienced the mother's deep sense of care and creation? Or have you sought the crone's wisdom during times of change or challenge? Now, as you continue to write these, we're going to continue to explore each archetype in greater detail to uncover the lessons and gifts that they offer us. Now, let's begin with the maiden. The maiden archetype embodies youth, curiosity, and the boundless energy of new beginnings. She's the spirit of springtime, bursting with fresh potential and unrestrained enthusiasm. Her energy aligns with the waxing moon, and that's a time when the light is growing, symbolizing growth, possibilities, and forward movement. The element of air further enhances her qualities, representing intellect, ideas, and communication. The maiden is playful, she's adventurous, she's the fun part of your soul. She's the one that's unafraid to dream big, to take risks, and to explore the unknown. She thrives on possibility, seeing life as an open field filled with opportunities. In mythology, the maiden is often represented by goddesses who embody purity, potential, and self discovery. A perfect example is Persephone from Greek mythology. As the daughter of Demeter, Persephone begins her journey as an innocent maiden, gathering flowers and enjoying the freedom of youth. However, her abduction by Hades and eventual transformation into queen of the underworld reflects her journey into self awareness and power. She is a powerful metaphor for stepping into adulthood and embracing one's shadow side. Another examples include Artemis, the Greek goddess of the hunt. She symbolizes independence and fierce individuality. And Brigid, the Celtic goddess of poetry, healing, and inspiration, represents the creative spark of the maiden's energy. Many fairy tale characters like Cinderella or Moana often embody this archetype as their stories revolve around stepping into their potential and discovering who they truly are. The maiden archetype is also deeply connected to creativity. Think about that spark of inspiration that drives you to paint, write, or build something new. Her energy invites you to explore without fear or failure and helps you see every step as part of the journey rather than focusing solely on the end or the destination. The maiden's energy is most apparent during our times of transition or when we're embarking on something new, like starting a new job, learning a new skill, moving to a new town. She's present in moments of joy and playfulness, when we let ourselves dance in the rain, when we let ourselves laugh uncontrollably, when we let ourselves try something simply because it sounds like it's fun. Even as adults, we can access the maiden's energy by allowing ourselves to dream without judgment. Her presence reminds us that life isn't just about responsibilities and outcome, it's about the joy of the process. Now, how can you embody the maiden? So, embodying something is bringing it to action, bringing it to you, making it part of you. So, to connect with the maiden's archetype or to embody her, you can embrace curiosity, explore anything you want, rediscover play. Play like you were a child, draw, jump rope, play an instrument. Just allow yourself to have fun. Step into adventure. Take some risks. Be like the fool in the tarot. Take some risk, even though you're unfamiliar. Sign up for a class, just anything that gives you excitement. Now, think about this. I would like for you to reflect on a time when you felt most alive and full of possibility. What were you doing? How can you bring some of this energy back into your life today? Now, with each of these archetypes, there is the shadow side. And while the maiden archetype is filled with light and optimism, it's important to acknowledge her shadow side. She can sometimes embody naivety, indecision, or even a fear of commitment. When we're overly focused on freedom and exploration, the maiden may struggle with taking responsibility or really staying grounded. Remember, if you're in the shadow side of the maiden, you can balance her energy. We compare the maiden's enthusiasm with the mother's nurturing and the crone's wisdom. When pursuing a new dream, we can rely on the mother to guide us in the nurturing at that dream, and then the crone to help us discern the right path forward. And in conclusion, the maiden archetype invites us to reconnect with the part of ourselves that sees life as an adventure. She reminds us that it's okay to not have all the answers, that sometimes simply starting something is enough. We don't have to complete everything, it's not a race. Give yourself some credit for just starting. And when we embody the maiden, it lets us dream freely. We then begin to explore everything, all of our potential, and then we can embrace the unknown with joy. But as we move forward in this discussion, think about where the maiden's energy is alive in your life. Are you embarking on a new journey? Are you trying something new? Are you rediscovering your playful side? Remember to let her guide you into the uncharted territory with courage and with curiosity. Now we're going to move on to the mother. The mother archetype is the heart of nurturing, the center of creativity, and abundance. The mother embodies the energy of summer when life is at its fullest bloom and also represents the full moon. This is radiating light, it is completeness. She is powerful. Her element is water, and it symbolizes emotional depth. It represents her intuition, and it represents her power to sustain life. The mother archetype is the phase of life where we step into a role of giving and creating. This might focus on raising children. It might focus on cultivating friendships, family relationships, contributing to your community, creating art, or anything like that. She represents the peak of life's vitality, the stage where we pour ourselves into something meaningful, whether it's nurturing others or manifesting our dreams. In mythology, the mother archetype is often portrayed by powerful, life-giving figures. One of the most prominent examples is Demeter, the Greek goddess of the harvest. She nurtures the earth, and she ensures its fertility. But her story also reminds us of emotional depths of the mother, her grief over the loss of her daughter Persephone, who we spoke about earlier, representing the maiden, and her loss to her daughter to the underworld brings about winter, showing how the mother archetype holds the duality of creation and also of loss. Another powerful figure is Gaia, the Mother Earth in Greek mythology. Gaia is the ultimate source of life. She represents the Earth's ability to sustain and support all living beings. She reminds us that nurturing is a natural and sacred part of existence. In other traditions, we have figures like Kuan Yin, the Buddhist Bodhisattva of compassion. She definitely embodies the mother's endless capacity for love and for caring and for compassion. Parvati, the Hindu goddess of devotion and motherhood, balances nurturing with strength. Now, the mother archetype is often associated, as I said, with creation and fertility. Many times, women who cannot have children or choose not to have children are kind of thrown off by the mother. Remember, it may be giving birth to children, but it's also projects and ideas. We bring things into being. It's alchemy, it's magic. The mother's also very nurturing, where we care, we support others, and we even foster this care in ourselves to help us grow. We take care of ourselves. We are at the point in our lives where we're like, okay, I'm going to say no, I'm going to set some boundaries. And then that leads to the emotional depth. The mother feels deeply, she's attuned to the needs of others, but she's also attuned to what she needs. And she represents abundance. She symbolizes generosity, gratitude, and the cycles of giving and receiving. Many times we forget about the receiving aspect. So balancing that is really, really important. Now, how the mother shows up in our lives is a little different with each person, as we said before. You may find yourself embodying the mother archetype when you're deeply invested in nurturing others or building something meaningful. It may be a business, a home, or family, but she reminds us of the importance of self-care. Just as the earth needs time to replenish the nutrients, we need to nurture ourselves to continue giving to others. Neglecting this balance can lead to burnout, and it's a key shadow side of the mother archetype. Remember, to embody the mother, we need to nurture ourselves, take time in nature, enjoy a long bath, journal, meditate, fill your own cup, because the more that you fill yourself, the more you have to give to others. Create something, care for others, and celebrate abundance. Practice gratitude for the abundance in your life. Focus on what you have rather than what you lack. That is a big aspect of the mother. Now, the shadow side of the mother is very intense. The overactive mother gives too much. She neglects her own needs. And then this leads to exhaustion. It leads to resentment, and it leads to a loss of self-identity. On the other hand, an underactive mother may struggle to connect emotionally, or they may feel disconnected from their ability to nurture and create. Recognizing these patterns can help us realign with the healthy aspect of the mother archetype. Don't feel guilty if you are in the shadow side of the mother. We all go there at different times. The big thing there is to balance, give and receive, nurture and replenish. Take care of yourself. And sometimes when you have a hard time connecting emotionally or you feel disconnected, start off something with just making yourself happy. Start off with doing something that maybe smiling at someone as you walk by, giving someone a hand when they need it. If you have a hard time creating, sit down and just start coloring. Don't put these expectations on you that no one is putting on but you. So, in conclusion, with the mother teaches us the importance of balance. She reminds us that life's greatest joy can often come from creating and supporting others, but we also have to care for ourselves. We have to care for ourselves to keep this energy going. Now, what I would like for you to do is take your journal out and take a moment to reflect on these questions. How does the mother archetype show up in your life? Are you creating or nurturing something right now? Are you feeling called to deepen your connection with the energy through self-care and creativity? In the next segment, we're going to explore the Crone archetype. This is the wise and intuitive guide that helps us navigate endings, transformation, and the mysteries of life. Many times people dread becoming the crone. I embrace it. She is the wise woman who's lived through life's experiences and often offers guidance and insight to others. She's the energy of winter. She's the energy of the waning moon and the element of earth. Goddesses like Hecate, the Greek goddess of the crossroads, and the Morrigan from Celtic mythology embody the crone archetype. Though she is sometimes feared or misunderstood, the crone is a powerful figure of endings and new beginnings. To embody the crone, you just need to honor your intuition and honor your wisdom. Reflect on your life experiences and how they've shaped you. Trust your intuition and let go of what no longer serves you and embrace transformation with grace. In mythology, the crone appears as a powerful figure. She guides others through darkness, through transition, and the unknown. We mentioned about Hecate because she is probably the most well-known crone figure, as she's the guardian of the thresholds. She offers wisdom to those pivotal moments in our lives. She torches, her torch illuminates the path going forward and helps guide seekers through uncertainty. The Morrigan definitely represents the cycles of life, death, and rebirth, and she's a fierce protector and a harbinger of necessary change. But one of my favorite that's in Slavic folklore is Baba Yaga. She serves as a crone figure dwelling deep in the forest. She's both a feared and revered guide. She tests those who seek her wisdom. Those who pass her trials gain profound insight and strength. All of these figures and others are seen as fearsome, and they remind us as the crone's role as a teacher and a guide. And the fact that endings and change is an opportunity for transformation. The qualities of the crone archetype is about wisdom and understanding. Wisdom through experience, trusting your intuition and inner knowing, releasing what no longer serves us through transformation. But to me, it's the connection to the sacred. The crone is deeply connected to the spiritual realms. She offers guidance, healing, and access to the universal truths. She really, with the connection of the spiritual realms, she allows us to let go of things, a relationship, a job, or even an outdated version of ourselves. The crone's wisdom comes to us in quiet moments of clarity. She may show up as an inner voice urging you to trust your intuition or a sense of calm amidst chaos, reminding you that everything is part of a larger cycle. The crone's particularly important during the later stages of life, but her energy is accessible to everyone at any age. Whenever you face a crossroads or a major change, the crone is there to guide you. Remember with her, seek solitude. Introspection and solitude, time alone, free from distractions, allows you really to connect with her and your inner wisdom. Now, the shadow side of the crone is is a manifest as cynicism, bitterness, isolation. She's overly critical and she's resistant to change. And this is a really sad life when you think about an unbalanced crone. She has the wisdom and she has the energy, but it pushes her to the shadow side. But then there's other people who hear of the negativity of the crone and they avoid the crone's energy altogether. They fear the introspection, they fear the intuition, they fear the change that she brings. So, whenever you want to embrace the crone, it requires courage and a willingness to face endings with grace. To balance her energy, the crone with the maiden's curiosity or the mother's nurturing is the best way to pair it. For example, when letting go of something, use the maiden's energy to envision new possibilities, or the mother's love to nurture yourself through the process. The crone archetype is a powerful guide for transformation. It offers us the wisdom and the strength to navigate life's endings and their transitions. She reminds us that every ending is also a beginning, and within every challenge, there lies an opportunity for growth. Now, get out your journal and take a moment to reflect. Where is the crone's energy present in your life? Are you at a crossroads or experiencing a time of transformation? And how can you honor her wisdom and trust the process of letting go? As we close today's episode, I invite you to reflect on which archetype resonates with you most right now. Are you in a season of discovery like the maiden, a season of nurturing like the mother, or a season of reflection like the crone? Wherever you are, know that you're exactly where you need to be. Stay connected to your inner power, and as always, thank you for joining me on this journey into the divine feminine. If you enjoyed today's episode, please subscribe, leave a review, and share it with someone who you think might benefit from this wisdom. You can also connect with me on social media or via my website, bertina.org, to learn more about upcoming classes and events. And until next time, stay connected with your inner power and remember the sacred energy of the maiden, the mother, and the crone within you.